Good. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Scott K. All those people that have been waiting for a good full-size custom mechanical keyboard option, well, your wait is now over. Well, kind of. Well, mostly. I say that because the keyboard we're looking at today is actually the QK101 by Cordi Keys. Yes, Cordi Keys' first full-sized keyboard. But 101? Wait, isn't a full-size supposed to be 104? Yeah. The QK101 is indeed a full-size footprint, but with 3 keys omitted to add in a screen, hence making it a 101. But there's like 2 more keys here though, so this is like a QK103? Do these 2 buttons here count? Can we call this a QK105? Wait, are you confused yet? Good. Now let's get started. So the reason why QK101 is 101 is actually because of this right here. Rather than making a very standard 104 key full size, Cordi Keys decided to add a screen here instead, which in my opinion does wonders for the visual aesthetics of this keyboard. But they decided to add 2 more keys up here to make up for the loss of the 3 keys. So not quite. Who needs a pause break anyways, right? DOS gang rise up. The LCD screen and the LED dot matrix really helps to elevate the overall look of the QK101 from like a potentially a boring work keyboard to something that aligns with QK's lineup direction. While I'm on this topic, let me quickly talk about that. If you're not aware, Cordi Keys is the company that runs a house of brands of keyboards. The hierarchy goes like this. At the top, you have Owlab, a lineup that focuses on luxury level keyboards, pushing the boundaries of design, innovation, and also acoustics. Then comes QK. This is a more premium mainstream line that places a lot of emphasis on innovation and technology, hence the screens and the lights and the wireless and everything else you could really literally throw at a keyboard nowadays. Then finally you have Neo. Neo line focuses on the purity of the keyboard, focusing on the comfort, typing feel, and sound. Minimal, no nonsense, and like focusing on the overall just typing experience, right? There, now you know. Anyways, going back to the keyboard. It's been quite some time since I have used a full-size keyboard like this, right? And I actually forgot how massive a full-size keyboard is. It's 17.5 inches long, this one. To put that into perspective, it's about an inch or so longer than the next massive keyboard, which is an 1800. Keep that in mind. So the version I have here is the spray-coated retro white. I feel this is more like a sand or a beige than like a white, but the finish is actually textured and it's interesting, and it actually reminds me of something we have seen like on the Cycle 7. The overall case design is pretty wrist-friendly in my opinion and ergonomic. The front of the case is less than 20mm, 19mm to be exact. I usually say anything over 20mm front case height should really be used with the wrist rest. This also has a 7-degree typing angle and overall, a perfect design for long-term typing. With minimal bezels and nice clean design, the QK101 is actually a looker. But wait, the real looks is actually below. Flip it over and bam! Yes, lots of things going on down here. You got so much detail down here with like accents and badges and what? The badge actually comes off and also acts as a cover for the 2.4 GHz wireless receiver. And this polished weight below, man, the mirror finish was like perfect and has a nice clean reflection as you can see. Wait, what is this though? These little accents, they come off. Why? Well, let's go back to the top now. So you have this area that houses like the badging, right, which is customizable. But beyond the customizable badge, you can also remove these little like arms or feet or hands or whatever you call these things, and then you could change the colors on them with the ones on the bottom. In my opinion, I feel like this is a little too much. But maybe you customization fiends will love it. Who knows? Now let's move on to the components then, right? So the PCB. You can get the QK101 with both the thinner 1.2mm PCB or the standard 1.6mm. So I have the 1.6mm right here. In addition, you can opt for the one with like perky RGB or without. Remember that perky RGB though, it will drain your battery quicker, so if you're going to use this as wireless, keep that in mind. As expected, the PCB is hot swap with south facing configuration and sockets by KO. Plus, you got the extremely convenient and welcome magnetic quick connectors. This is truly a lifesaver since you can just pop the PCB into the case and you don't have to worry about ribbon connectors or anything like that. All QK101 PCBs are wireless now, and they come both Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz wireless, but there's no solder option for this keyboard, unfortunately. Finally this, yes, if you decide to gasket mount the QK101, which is possible, it's actually a PCB gasket mount. So this type of mounting actually promotes a softer typing feel, and in addition allows for plateless mounting as well if that's what you want to try. But if you do decide to go use the plate, you will unlock a secondary mounting option, the classic top mount. Now as far as plates go, it's a massive plate, right? And as we have seen in other QK plates before, stiffer plates like the aluminum comes with a lot of flex cuts. So pretty ordinary, right? Well, that's what I thought until bam. WTF is this? It's an FR4 plate, yes, but this is the back side. The front side has foam cushion? What? Why? On top of that, the FR4 on this is extremely thin and flexible. What is the idea behind this? So according to QK, they have launched a new cushion plate as part of their acoustics package. What this does is helps to isolate the switches better and helps to emphasize the switch sound more than anything else. Does it work? Well, we will find out soon. Finally, it won't be a QK series keyboard without the foam, right? Yes, you get foam and lots of it. All the usual suspects. Case foam, under PCB foam, the plate foam, and the PE foam. If you want to avoid foams, the Neo lineup is probably for you. So how about we build this thing now, right? But before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor today, PCBWay. PCBWay is an online service that helps you print PCBs, do 3D printing, or even CNC machining. If you're an aspiring keyboard designer or whatever else designer, you can take your design and simply upload it to get something made quick. Or, if you have the source code for a PCB that you already have and you need a replacement, you can also get that done as well. They can handle all types of PCBs from your simple single layer designs to multi-layer stacks. Beyond PCBs, if you want to try making your own case, PCBWay can machine that as well. Now, a very exciting new service that PCBWay offers, OEM. Instead of just making a single component, you can actually task PCBWay to be an OEM manufacturer and make the whole thing. They can do anything from PCBs to CNC cases to even assembly. And using global manufacturing, they can offer very competitive prices. Is there a keyboard on the horizon? Well, check out OEM at PCBWay. So I'm going to build the QK101 in two different ways. One classic and one, I guess, new age. So let's check out the classic build first. We are going to go with the aluminum plate here and go top mount. And also, keeping the things OG, we will omit all the foam and just go bare. No foam anywhere for this build at all. For switches, I'm going to use a set of HMX Butter. Lately, I really have been enjoying the HMX series switches. They do have a more clackier profile or higher pitch, but they sound so clean and crisp and also very poppy. The butter I have here is especially poppy and also has that creamy aspect of it, so let's see how they do in this keyboard. Due to the magnetic connectors, the overall build, it's a cinch, right? And super quick. For keycaps, I went with a set of DCX Lattes. You know, it's not every day where you could use a set of tan and brown keycaps and make it look good, but with the sandy or white finish as they call it, it was a perfect fit once again. One thing that's interesting though is that since the QK101 loses 3 keys for the screen, QK actually decided to move up the print scroll pause, right, outwards, and shifted the overall cluster below up. So you still have the insert, delete, and everything like that associated. And what they did was actually move the print screen over to the right, and the one all the way on the right side is like to your choice, right? You could also program this with QMK or VIA to suit your taste and customize everything, so not a big deal. Overall, it's a clean yet unique look and works perfect for an office or elsewhere. Even as a top mount with like a stiffer plate, the QK101 in the top mount configuration, it does flex. It does feel stiffer than the gasket, but overall, it's a distinctively top mount feel. What about the sound? Let's check it out. Honestly, without any of the foam inside, the QK101 handles acoustics very well. No weird noises or sounds, and you can never go wrong with a prominent top mount sound, honestly. Overall, this is a great configuration that keeps things simple and reliably satisfactory. Now, but we like trying new things, don't we? I think we do. I was actually very excited to check out this weird new plate, right? The cushioned acoustic plate. For this build, I decided to use all the foam. Well, everything except the PE foam because I didn't really want to artificially make it marbly. Once you build everything up, you realize that the cushion top, yes, the foam layer, it actually faces up. It's just the weirdest thing to see. But let's see how it works though, right? From a feel perspective, it does have a bit more flex, right? But honestly, it's not that much more than the top mount. However, one thing you do want to consider is that the gasket, it could be installed in two different directions, right? When you have the little nub facing up, the overall feel is stiffer and more solid. If you have the little nub facing down, it's a little bit more bouncy. I do like a dampened feel, but a little bit more solid, so I actually prefer the nub going up. Okay, so how about this? How does this thing sound? Wow, I thought I wouldn't really like this with all the foam, but I think for the QK101, this is the way to go. I really enjoy the top mount configuration, but something about this build with this thin plate and the cushion, it really helps to make the keyboard just pop. It's such a lively and fun sound coming from this keyboard. While you can hear the foam inside, it doesn't overwhelm it too much, right? Where it's off-putting foam. Perhaps the cushion plate is actually working to help emphasize the switches more, which indeed are creamy and poppy switches. Overall, I would actually prefer this build for my own use over the top mount. Okay, so the QK101. Well, the naming is a little bit strange, right? But don't let that hold you back on this full-sized keyboard. I thought the QK100 was a great keyboard, it still is, right? Didn't think there really was any need for an update to that, but then this QK101 comes out and I do believe the generational upgrades, no matter how small, they do add up to creating better products, as you can see right here. The QK101 starts at $240 with pretty much all the options already included as the standard package. QK told me that they are going to move away from the group buy model and move on to pre-orders, right? It's going to help to reduce fulfillment times. The QK101 is now on pre-order with the first batches actually shipping out late January, so that's pretty quick. And eventually will be offered as an in-stock model. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and I'll have more content for you in the future. Thank you.